Hello and welcome to Devotion to Writing, a channel devoted to helping you cultivate a daily writing practice and realize you are creative abundance. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Lao Tzu, ancient Chinese philosopher. We don't struggle to write because we physically can't write. All of us can write. Or most of us can write, but we struggle because our own mind is so busy, and it's been busy our entire lives. It's been so busy convincing us that we can't, that we aren't capable, that we don't have the talent. We've created so many negative ideas and these powerful false stories that limit our ability to not just write, but to live and create the lives that we would like to live. These thoughts, these negative ideas and stories stop us from being the creativity that we are. It doesn't allow us to, as I said, write or create the lives that we desire. And it's just this voice in our head, our mind, making this story that we've amplified by capitulating to it. And it's simply not a true story. It's not real. It's just something we've allowed ourselves to believe. You can write. You are beyond, in fact, you are beyond the one who thinks they can't write. You just have to silence the critic, silence that negativity, that negative storyteller, the one you've allowed to flourish. And in allowing that voice to flourish, that story to flourish, you diminish the energy you are. The Sufis have a saying, we have in us a divine spark. Our practice is to awaken that spark, to give it life, energy, breath. Our purpose, our practice, is to awaken that spark, to give it life. We don't give it life, we don't give it energy, we don't give it breath by negative thinking, by beating ourselves down, by telling ourselves, no, we can't, we're not good enough, we're not talented enough. The mind is composed of lots of thoughts, but we tend to really focus on the limiting beliefs, the things that we're not capable of, instead of the things that we're capable of. And so the practice is to refocus our attention on away from the negative and towards the positive, that we can, that we are capable. You know, a lot of what we've done too is hand over to the mind, or we've built around our thoughts this ego, and it is primarily, mind is primarily our ego's thinking, composed of our perceived limitations, the limitations that come from born from our fears, born from our busy minds. The Buddhists call it our monkey mind, this mind that the ego runs around with and is always terrified, always fearful, always worried we're going to be harmed, or we're going to be made a fool of, that we're going to fail. And it is that part of us that, because we were told once perhaps that what we did or made or said or believed was silly or bad or wrong, not very good, we believed it. And 10 years, 30 years, 50 years later, we still believe it. We're not good. We're silly. We're not talented. And so each time we sit to create, to be with ourselves, when we feel that inspiration in us to create something beautiful, we hear this voice reminding us we can't, because once someone told us we couldn't. And then ever since we amplified that voice, we bought into that belief, that false story. We are not that story. We are not that voice. You are not the limitations. You are not the negativity. You are the one who hears and perceives that voice, who sees that thought, I can't, I'm not good enough. And once you do recognize that you are the one who sees this, you can move beyond it and write and create your life and create with this infinite energy and possibility that you are. You can the practice is just to remember who you are in writing, beyond all that self-criticism, beyond the negative voice, beyond that negative story, despite the limitations of a defeated ego, despite the limitations of a defeated ego that was once made to feel small. Remember, when we do this, when we override this, and we simply are present and we allow ourselves to create in that action of that, say, forgetfulness, when we actually remember what we really are, we remember what it is to be with our soul, with our spirit, with that thing in us that animates us. We have a chance to awaken to our abundance, to our nature. And we can practice this by attending not to, as I mentioned, the negative ideas, the negative stories we have about ourselves and our abilities, but to attend to our genius, to lifting ourselves, heart, mind, spirit, beyond our self-limiting thoughts. You are not small. You who has believed you can't write, you aren't creative, perhaps. When you sit to write, when that voice comes, just let it go. Just say, thank you, but I'm writing anyway, and write on. Notice it and continue. Because what happens to us otherwise is that when we literally buy into that voice, that idea, you'll feel the energy depress, deflate. That inspiration, a lid gets put right over top of you. It's a weight. It depresses you. So any inspiration that was coming, any idea, that spark that was about to turn into a fire is put out. It's snuffed out. So the practice, again, as a reminder, you hear this voice come in, begin to say these negative things, tell you this negative story that has been replaying in your head all of these years, and you say no. Say, thank you, I am writing. I am not listening to this any longer. I don't believe in you. Because you are in there listening. You heard it. You can hear it. And you say no. I am not the frightened, wounded, weak, voiceless one. You choose to no longer believe the limiting ideas, the negativity that has kept you mired in unfulfilled, uncreative life. You are creative beyond your wildest imaginings. Your creative power isn't something you imagine. You already are it, and you know this deep in your heart. You already feel it restive inside you. It is the reason that you come to the page. It is the reason that you were called to watch these videos, to even think and desire to write. It is your desire. The reason that you want to do this is itself proof that the creative energy is within you. You feel it. You feel inspiration. You are beyond the you that can't. You are beyond the you that thinks you can't. You are the creative energy which is. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you do. It is my great pleasure to be able to offer these videos as a way to perhaps move you through your writing blocks. And I offer here what has helped me over 30 years of writing. Has helped me create such a beautiful life, a writing life that I always desired. So again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you write today. Find some time, 5 minutes even, sit and just pour yourself out onto the page. Give yourself that freedom, that opportunity to express yourself today, and then do it tomorrow and the next day. Doesn't have to be a lot of time. 5 minutes is plenty. 10, half an hour, whatever time you have, devote yourself to it. I know that if you write today, you will write beautifully, because beautiful is what you are. Blessings.